Today, we're diving deep into the land of enchantment, New Mexico, to unearth some of the most unusual and, frankly, outdated laws still lurking in the pages of history. Stick around with Pop the Top 5 as we navigate through these legal oddities, sparking your curiosity about the reasons behind such peculiar legislations. And hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as we embark on this quirky journey through New Mexico's legislative past, unveiling not just the what, but the why behind these whimsical laws. Number 20. Did you know it's illegal to dance while wearing a sombrero in New Mexico? This law, seemingly a nod to cultural respect, might leave you wondering about the events leading to its conception. It's a curious restriction that highlights the complexity of cultural expression, possibly aimed at avoiding cultural appropriation. Number 19. In Albuquerque, carrying a lunchbox down Main Street is strictly prohibited. Perhaps an attempt to maintain the city's aesthetic or a long-forgotten health regulation? This bizarre regulation could hint at a historical attempt to regulate street vendors or maintain a certain image of the main thoroughfare. Number 18. It's a misdemeanor to trip horses for entertainment. Emerging from concerns over animal welfare, this law highlights New Mexico's stance on cruelty against animals, even if it now seems a tad specific for modern times. Such a specific prohibition underscores a time when entertainment practices were far less regulated and more varied, reflecting evolving societal values. Number 17. Misplacing your sombrero can lead to a fine in some parts of New Mexico. A quirky testament to the importance of sombreros in local culture, or maybe just a forgotten piece of legislation from a bygone era. This odd law serves as a reminder of the value placed on personal belongings and cultural symbols, perhaps encouraging mindfulness in public spaces. Number 16. Whistling underwater on a Sunday is forbidden. This unusual regulation might have roots in Sunday decorum, blending the serious with the surreal in legislative history. Enforcing such a specific form of quiet on a day traditionally reserved for rest and worship showcases the lengths to which laws have gone to preserve societal norms. Number 15. Feeding pigeons is considered illegal. Perhaps an effort to control the pigeon population or protect public health, this law now adds to the collection of odd restrictions in the state. This measure reflects a broader concern for urban cleanliness and animal control, aiming to reduce the problems associated with overfeeding urban wildlife. Number 14. Wearing cowboy boots is prohibited unless you own at least 2 cows. A humorous nod to authentic ranching lifestyle, this law might have been intended to preserve the cultural identity of the cowboy. Number 13. Get this, folks, you're not allowed to carry a fake wooden gun. Isn't that a fascinating take on keeping everyone safe and sound? It just goes to show how much we value a threat-free environment. This rule might also be a clever way to steer clear of any scary mix-ups that could lead to real trouble. Here's to making our community a happier and safer place. Number 12. Now, here's a strange one for you. Apparently, strolling down the street with a red pen tucked behind your ear is considered suspicious, making it illegal. This wacky law likely stems from an old peculiar event, and it leaves us more puzzled than wary these days. But hey, it just goes to show that even ordinary actions can stir up some unexpected concerns in the of safety. Number 11. Here's something you might not expect. You're not allowed to hunt in the Mountain View Cemetery. Isn't that thoughtful? This law shows just how much we cherish respect for those who have passed on. It also emphasizes the importance of keeping a serene and respectful atmosphere in places of mourning. Now that's a law promoting peace and respect. Number 10. In Santa Fe, it's illegal to use a white cane unless you're visually impaired. A law that makes sense, ensuring that the significance of the white cane is preserved. This measure safeguards the functionality of a tool essential for the independence of visually impaired persons, underscoring societal commitments to accessibility. Number 9. You cannot start a newspaper without proving you're of good moral character. A law from a time when the press had a profoundly local impact, emphasizing the importance of reputable news sources. It underscores the responsibility of the press in shaping public opinion and maintaining a well-informed society, reflecting historical concerns over media integrity. Number 8. Men are prohibited from wearing maroon pants on Sundays. Likely a fashion faux pas turned legal matter, this law leaves us scratching our heads about the specifics of Sunday attire. It illustrates the once significant influence of local customs and moral codes on personal attire, revealing the changing dynamics of social norms. Number 7. It's illegal to hunt on ski lifts. Safety or conservation? Either way, it seems like a reasonable rule wrapped in an unusual specific scenario. This law likely addresses both the safety of individuals and the protection of wildlife, aiming to prevent potentially hazardous activities in recreational areas. Number 6. No one can mock the selection of the state's official bird. A nod to state pride or perhaps a very passionate ornithologist legislator? This law highlights the importance of state symbols and the respect afforded to them, indicating the cultural value placed on these emblems. Number 5. Elephants are banned from strolling down Main Street unless they are on a leash. Safety meets absurdity in this law, highlighting an unlikely scenario with a serious undertone. It reflects an era when traveling circuses were more common, addressing the unforeseeable risks associated with large animals in public spaces. Number 4. In Deming, it's unlawful to spit on the steps of the Opera House, a matter of decorum taking a legislative form, ensuring cultural venues are respected. This law not only promotes cleanliness and respect for public spaces, but also underscores the cultural reverence for artistic venues. Number 3. You may not carry a lunchbox through the bank. Perhaps a bizarre twist on security measures, this law leaves us curious about the backstory. It might suggest historical concerns over the concealment of prohibited items, indicating unique approaches to security in public buildings. Number 2. Singing the state anthem incorrectly can lead to fines. A law underscoring the importance of state symbols and perhaps the pride New Mexicans have in their anthem. This regulation emphasizes the value of national identity and the collective memory of the community, promoting accuracy in its representation. Number 1. It's illegal not to vote. At the top of our list, this law emphasizes civic duty with a legal obligation, a rare but direct approach to encouraging participation in democracy. It illustrates a strong stance on the importance of democratic engagement, aiming to ensure that all voices are heard in the shaping of communal life. And there you have it, 20 of New Mexico's most outdated yet fascinating laws. Whether born from necessity, accidents, or sheer whimsy, these laws provide a window into the past and the cultural quirks of New Mexico. If you found these legal tidbits as intriguing as we did, give us a like and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the curious corners of our world. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the wonders of legal landscapes.